Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. I am technologist Dr. Norziana Yahya. I would like to thank to the International Conference on Social Science, Technology, Educational and Management 2022 for giving me a chance to present our research with title A Preliminary Study on the ICT Facilities and Teachers' Views on Virtual Teaching and Learning for Autistic Students in Malaysia during pandemic. Okay, these are my team members, Ms. Murrika Abdul Mahadi, Dr. Muhammad Azhani Mat Taib, Dr. Nazian Jomhari, Dr. Rosita Ahmad, and technologist Dr. Ernie Mazwin Muhammad Yusuf. Okay, these are the outline of the presentations. We start with the introduction, problem statement, research objectives, literature review, methodology, findings and discussion, and the last one will be conclusions. Okay, the COVID pandemic has triggered a new phenomenon in education where teaching and learning has to be carried out via internet, right? So all educational institutions, whether tertiary, secondary or primary education, including autism care centers, are affected by this phenomenon, right? So according to the Education Act 1996, pupils with special needs under the responsibility of Ministry of Education and those who have cognitive problems are considered educatable and entitled to get formal education. All right. So through the MEDP 2013 and 2025, MOE has clearly set out targets to achieve quality and equity access in education, efficiency and effectiveness of educational management, which the targets groups in the Shared Prosperity Visions 2030 is people with special needs. Right? So, findings of these studies are important as a reference for the design and development of virtual teaching and learning platform, which can ensure the quality, equity, and access in education for autistic students. Okay. Okay, basically, the pandemic has resulted a worse impact on the students with learning disabilities as the communication between the students and teachers has become increasingly isolated, and also access to the educational materials has become unavailable. And this triggered the phenomenon of remote teaching and learning via internet, right? So an approach education based on their abilities and skills in a new normal is required. Right, so special platform should be considered as the added technology that could be utilized to support VTL for autistic students. Right, so preliminary study was conducted to know the current setting of ICT facilities of the autism care centers in Malaysia, and also the view and perceived usefulness on the VTL, right? And findings from the study is very important to be used as a reference for the preparation of the requirements of a VTL design and development for autism community. Okay, these are the objectives of the study: to examine the ICT facilities available and being used during the pandemic, to examine the perceived ICT competencies of teachers and their views on VTL platforms, and to examine and analyze the ICT requirements at the autism care centers. Okay, basically, this study in line with the government efforts, MISTI, that will pave the way for Autism Society to improve their innovative and creative capability. And it also in line with the goal of Sustainable Development Goals, which ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education for all persons with disabilities, right? So, Othman and Iwan, in their studies, emphasize on emerging problems that related to teachers' preparedness and competency in dealing with children. So that a virtual application platform need to be constructed to overcome these problems. These are the methodology in this study. We have two types of data collection methods, which are site observation and online survey, which carry out to get understanding on the use of ICT by autism care centers during pandemic, right? So we use a mixed method approach, qualitative and quantitative, applied for the data collection activities from the local autism care centers. Okay, for the site observation, we use as a guideline to conduct observation on the ICT facilities available at the centers. It provides a checklist to record comments, judgments, and all aspects observed throughout the visit. And online survey is a Google form used as the data collection platform. And the survey was distributed to the several autism care centers in Malaysia throughout email and also WhatsApp applications. Okay. Okay, this is the finding from site observation were done at 4 selected autism care center, one in Perlis, one in Langkawi, and 2 in Selangor. Basically, due to the sensitivity and ethical issues, we name the center as a center A, B, C, and D, right? So in terms of ICT infrastructure, you can see that all the care center have high-speed access equipped with Wi-Fi, and the observation also found that the camera installation is already a basic requirement for all centers, and none of the care centers are installed with door access because physical security looks are adequate and more practical for them, right? So if you look at this, more care centers have necessary ICT equipment for their teaching and learning, such as laptop, handphone, and LCD TV. And during the observation, some of teachers informed that they had to teach virtually using laptop and PC during pandemic, and all the communication were done via online video call with parents and also the students who were at home, right? So in terms of ICT administration, all care centers have almost the same equipment, hardware and software as the observation checklist, right? So all of them are also using File Explorer and USB Pen as ICT repository to store all digital records, whether in the form of documents, video, images, sounds, and also text. Okay, this is the findings from online survey one, which address to the principals or managers of the centers. Okay, which the objective is to get feedback on the use of ICT as well as ICT capabilities that the centers has. Okay, it distributed to more than 10 autism care centers. However, only 6 care centers were responded. Based on the feedback, all care centers have the ICT infrastructure equipped, but most of them still lack of the multimedia and teaching and learning application. In terms of ICT needs, PCs and laptops they most need for the teaching and learning process, and they also need teaching and learning software, digital screen boards, and multimedia tools. Okay, for the communication multimedia, WhatsApp use between parents and administrator. Other media use is Facebook and telephone, which is 80% of the care center frequently did virtual teaching and learning during pandemic, and the rest did rarely. Okay, this is the findings from online survey 2, which address to the teachers of the autism care centers. Okay, for the highest education level, most teachers have degree. For the special education post, 31.3% have attended or have a special education certificates. In terms of experience in teaching and learning related to autism, 50%, I mean half of the respondents have experience 1 to 3 years, and only 12.5% have less than 1 years, right? So okay, if you look at the social media that is commonly used to communicate with parents, it shows that WhatsApp got the highest ranking. All right, and in terms of ICT use in teaching and learning, okay, the respondent will also ask to the ICT equipment that they will always use. Okay, it shows the ICT elements here, right? Okay, this table presents the result of teachers' view about proposed development of implementation of BTL platform for autism community, right? So overall, the percentage score is 75%. It's a very positive indications of interest level of teachers about using VTL in teaching, right? So this is also reinforced by most teachers which giving feedback supporting on implementation of VTL, okay, 71.2%, and the percentage from both statement here provide a strong indication of support and interest of the teachers, which could give a very positive impact on this study. Right, so next, the majority of the responding teachers confidence that the use of digital technology able to help education for autism. Okay, so next is the findings reveal that in the principle, the responding teachers agree that by having VTL platform, it would allow them to use their creativity to build the content of learning modules, and the parents are able to get autism information faster. Okay, for the conclusions, the lack of digital resources and digital contents at the care centers contribute to the low level of ICT use. Right? Skills also one of the critical factors, and this study found that 3 main subjects that need to be taken into account, which are lack of capability, lack of ICT skill teachers, and lack of digital resources. So I think future studies on technology, especially in digital teaching learning platform, as well as human-computer interface, are expected to further enhance the use and effectiveness of PTL. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.